I had a dream last night. I was running in the dark and I was surrounded by this cold, wet, rainy fog so thick you could lather it like lotion. I was slightly scared, but I was also aroused. And just as I started to lose hope, I saw a light and I heard this chorus. And it was a star rising from the woods, and she called herself Forest. Ladies, gadies, and ladies, welcome back to the Come Up. I am happy to welcome my next guest, Forest.
Hey.
Forest, if you could please introduce yourself, give us the sun, moon, and rising,
Okay.
and maybe give us a little intro into when you started making music.
Hell yeah. I like that. It's like the starting bell. Yeah, I'm Forrest. My sun is, I'm a Pisces. Oh my God, I'm a Virgo rising and I think a Taurus moon.
Ooh,
I think.
hot.
I don't know what any of that means. I once dated a guy who was a triple Virgo.
Ooh, not hot. That sounds intense, but
Boo,
I love your
tomatoes.
big three. Very strong, very powerful, very dreamy.
Thank you.
Yes.
So I'm crying all the time. Yeah, I started doing music so long. I started like uploading music in high school, and then I don't know. Then I just closed my eyes and I woke up here.
I love that.
Like it.
Yeah.
Exactly. But
I am curious to know, when you first started making music, did you have any sort of expectation into what an end result could look like, or were you making music strictly just to make music?
I'm like a little. Well, I mean, like every artist is a bit of a like delusional person,
Right.
So I think my, you know, I think it literally started with I watched like Grace Vanderwall on like America's Got Talent, and I was like, fuck, that like could have been me. It couldn't have. And so I was like, fuck. And then I honestly I started playing guitar because I liked a boy who played guitar. He was really lame, did not like me back.
Ugh.
And then I was just like, oh fuck. Like I was like, oh, this is like the thing I want to do for the rest of my life.
Right.
And I just once I started performing, I fell in love with that. And so it became more of like if I can sustain like performing and writing,
Right.
that's like the thing. And that comes with like being semi-successful is like to sustain that.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I love shows. I love going to shows. I love doing shows. And that's like my main, now is kind of like my prerogative.
Okay. You have always had this really distinct visual and sonic aesthetic that I think feels very intentional and very you. And I'm curious how that actually came together. What did that sort of experimentation process look like in finding your artistry? And how do you think indie artists should navigate experimenting with different sounds and visuals without sacrificing that artistic integrity that they're trying to stick to?
Yeah, I think like it's different for every genre. But I think first of all, how I figured out like the type of music I wanted to make, it comes back to playing live. And I was like, I like when people move. I want to crowd surf. I want to be really sweaty when I get off stage, and I want the crowd to be sweating and really gross. I want the room to smell bad. Yeah.
Anyone else turned on?
I'm like, I need everyone sweaty and gross. For my upcoming album and the new singles, like that has a distinct sound because I'm working with one person that like really knows what he's doing and like sees like the vision that I'm trying to do, and we have a million reference tracks and a million things to like work off of. I think like visually sometimes I feel all over the place visually. I kind of like at the start of this album cycle I was like blue, like we're just gonna do blue and that's gonna be the thing that's like my guiding light. Is like blue whatever. I think it's also just like it's like when you see Green, you see like Billy Joe Armstrong of Green Day in the studio recording, and you'll see him in like the red tie and like the shirt, and people are like, why does he dress like that? Or like, why is he still in costume? And it's like, no, like this guy like is like that every day.
Right.
So like my friend makes all my clothes. Shout out Nine Virus, she's the goat. It was helpful like kind of partnering with her to be like, this is like the stage stuff I'm wearing, so we kind of like work hand in hand with like at least the looks and stuff to make it kind of cohesive. But like I don't know, I kind of just like what I like, and I'm at a point where I'm like, if you think I'm lame, like that's I am.
I disagree. I
I
think
am.
you're a fucking awesome.
Thanks. Thank
Mhm.
you.
So, if you could give advice to an indie artist who is trying to find their aesthetic, trying to find their sound that's going to separate them from the rest of the output that's going out there right now, do you have any approaches or strategies on how to kind of experiment?
Yeah, I honestly really think like, what's a good way to put this? I love stealing. I love not actually, but I love like say you're someone who's like in the like shoegaze scene and
Yeah.
you're like this is like something someone has been doing for a long time. It's like I love shoegaze, but then I also love like folk or something.
Okay.
Blending a lot of different things that you like. I think blending things that I like have been really helpful. So I like brought in like some shoegaze tracks and then like literally songs off of the Queen of the Damned, like
Oh, love it. Love
yeah,
it. Yeah.
it's like Queen of the Damned album, whatever. So I was like, oh, I wanted to do like an industrial all rock shoegaze kind of thing. I think it's if you're really struggling, figure out what you like and then just mush everything you like kind of together. And nothing's like really original anymore.
True.
So build upon what you like already. Build upon
Yeah.
what you like already, and that's okay. Figure out the chords of a song that you like and be like, I'm gonna change this and this and do my own thing. And that's okay. When you're starting out, that's fine.
Period.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good strategy. I think that's great advice for those of you out there who might be potentially struggling with finding a sound, finding a look. Find a team, find
Yeah.
somebody to work with you,
Play
and
live too.
yeah, play live. I think another important conversation to have is navigating social media
Yeah.
because I think everything now goes through and filters through everything social media.
Uh-huh.
That's how everybody consumes media nowadays. So
It's also
I'm
like how people vet if they want to work with you too.
definitely. I think it's the best way to kind of put yourself out there, but also ask people for help.
Mhm.
I think right now the mainstream is very pop. It's very dance. It's very TikTok
It's
friendly.
clubby.
Yeah, in a
Yeah.
very specific way. And I feel like your alternative genre of music is almost the opposite of that.
Mhm.
So I'm curious, do you feel the industry sees you as potentially harder to sell? And how do you deal with being in a space where the algorithm wasn't really designed for an
Sure.
artist like you?
I will have to say I a little bit disagree, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
So I'm in a space with a lot of artists that are much more alternative than me.
Okay.
Like when I say like much more alternative, it is like shows that or like artists that it's like you listen to like this genre
Yeah.
and this genre only and you go to those shows type
Okay.
of like situations. And so I feel like for me, out of those people, I'm pretty poppy.
Oh, really?
compared to those
Okay.
people.
Okay.
Mhm. I'm pretty like more mainstream leaning than a lot of other bands I know.
Mhm.
But then I have friends that are make pop music. It's really great, and I'm like I'm completely different from that.
Right.
So we're also in a day and age when I'm so involved in the alternative like rock scene. It's huge. Like there's so many people, so many artists nowadays that are really, really big like in alternative music.
Yeah.
That I think like I really do think like the internet is kinder now about it and is like you see like dude I'll see a teenager on the street and they're all fucking listening to like things that I didn't discover till I was like 19, 20 years
Yeah.
old.
Yeah. How do you feel about being in a space where
So it's not as it's
the algorithm
easier.
isn't really maybe tailored to your genre of music?
Sure.
And how do you go about navigating social media and putting yourself out there and catering to maybe your
Yeah.
specific audience, but
Uh-huh.
also reaching other audiences?
Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing I will say is the difficult thing about being in an alternative rock space is like you kind of have to be the one for you to like dominate
Right.
that space.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I've talked about this. It's like, it obviously is different now, but it's like it's like you have your Nirvana. That was the '90s
Right.
alternative music. So I definitely think finding a broader audience is sometimes that's the difficult part for like alternative artists. And like what I say is I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing with social media. Nobody knows what they're doing.
Right.
Like, but my thing is I'm just like, I just throw shit at a wall
Yeah.
and hope for the best. And like, it's totally the thing where I was like, I got incredibly lucky, but I also work incredibly hard.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's the thing where it's like preparation and hard work. That stupid like quote.
Yeah.
It's like
no,
luck
for
is
sure.
preparation.
Like you're kind of engineering your own luck, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can be extra lucky if you're posting like every single day. rather than like once a week or once a month.
For
It's like
sure.
then I have 30 opportunities in this month to make a video do well rather than like once.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
Um,
really good advice.
Yeah.
I think one thing you're doing that's really interesting and I think very successful is you're kind of acting as your own music supervisor and creating your own sync placements for some of the music that you're
Sure.
making right now.
Yeah.
And I've been loving all of the TikToks that you're posting where you're basically attaching your music to
Yeah.
all of your favorite scenes or favorite films.
Yeah.
I think it's so fucking
Thank you.
fun. Music supervisors, if you're watching this, book my girl Forrest and get some tracks
Yeah,
on your
please.
films and TV shows.
I want money.
Yes,
Those
we need
sync
money.
licensing deals, great.
Yes.
Seen people do edits of just like, for lack of a better term, like stock footage and things like that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I like this song, and it just so happened that I was like excited to promote the song Horn Savior, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just like try doing edits, and it just happened to do well. And
I
that's
love
okay.
it. I
Thank
love
you.
it. And I feel like every single edit that you've made has fit your song so perfectly.
you.
I was listening to it on the way here, like, Horn Savior. Sorry.
Oh,
Anyways,
good,
I
good.
digress.
I'm getting
It's-
you on background
I
vocals
know,
next
please
time.
do. Yeah. I feel like there's a whole generation of kids who might feel as though a lot of the music on the charts doesn't really speak to
Yeah.
them. So how important is it for you to cater to those audiences? And what does it mean to you to have fans that found you because you don't fit
Yeah.
into that bubble?
I think it's like the cheesy thing that people say where they're like, I make music for myself, and then it relates to other people.
Right.
And it, like it is. Like my biggest song is like I wrote it really for myself, and I was nervous about putting it out, and then a bunch of people found it and were like, I really relate to this.
Yeah.
So I think like it means a lot to me and other people when it's like, oh, there's like, especially for the kids, it's like, oh, there's someone I can look up to who like, you know, dresses cool and like dresses how I want to, or has like their face pierced and like
Yeah.
hair dyed and like
Yeah.
blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's really just relating to people, and like I'll talk to people at shows, and it's kind of the same deal where they're like, yeah, I love alternative music, and I think I think things are generally. I'm obviously not 15 anymore, but I think things are generally way more accepting
For sure.
now, and I think like it's cool to like what you like, and I think like, you know, that's a million other artists before me kind of, you know, we're doing that too. I think it's just the important thing is just like relating to people, and like we listen to music to feel good, we listen to music to cry,
Right.
and you know, I hope people can do that to my music.
I feel so sexy listening to Forrest's music.
Thanks.
I always have this sort of like sensual pent up energy
Oh,
that's
thank
building
you.
inside of me
Thank
when
you.
I listen to your music.
I want it to be like you can cry or like bang to this.
Yeah. I know you play a lot of live
Me
shows,
too.
and I'd love for you to walk me through what booking shows looked like before you had a booking agent or a manager,
Mhm.
and kind of how it looks now that
Yeah.
you do have that support. What did that grind actually look like before you got there?
So I really started in the Boston house show scene. Shout out. That's how I know people are real, when they're like, I went to Boston house shows.
I was about to say, fun fact, the first time I saw Forrest was at a house show, a basement show,
Basement?
actually.
The shit pipe.
Yeah, with the pipe
The shit pipe?
basically like hitting you in the head.
Uh-huh.
Yes, really, really fun times. Me and Forrest go back way back. We went to college together,
Ugh.
and I got to see Forrest a handful of times at some house shows, and it was always fucking killer. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I need you to come to like a new show. You'll be like,
I
oh my God.
I know. I've been seeing TikToks, and I'm like, fuck, that looks so
It's
fun.
really fun. I'll
Yeah.
get you crowd surfing.
Period.
Yeah, so I started in the Boston house show scene, and that was a lot of like DMing people and just being like, you know, like when I was booking shows, it was a lot. Yeah, it was just DMing people and emailing and being like, can I play this like really stupidly?
Yeah.
And because that scene is so like tight knit, it's like you kind of like play one place and then you can play a bunch of other places.
For sure.
It got to a point then where it's like literally I think for maybe like 2 or 3 years the only shows that I would play are things that like other people would ask me to play.
Okay.
So I was like, I hate booking things, it's really annoying, I don't like planning it. So yeah, they would ask me to play and I'd be like, great, like sounds good.
Yeah.
Now it's like there's like actually like a chain of command that I didn't know that you like low-key had to follow.
Okay.
And And it's not that people get mad about it, but it's just like the correct way to do things so that everyone is doing their job to the best of their ability.
For sure. Yeah.
And so it's like my agent will submit me for things, and then tell my manager, and then they'll talk about it. And then if it's like probably going to happen or a good opportunity, they'll bring it to me. I'm like the last person that hears about it.
Oh, wow.
Still now I'll get people being like, hey, because people will not respect that I have an email in my bio.
Yeah.
And I don't want to answer DMs about playing a show fucking ever. They'll DM me being like, hey, can you play this? And I'll just be like, awesome, email this person. Or I'll just like send a screenshot to like my manager. And so it's like my agent and manager are usually talking.
Okay.
Most of the time it's like I go through my manager for most kind of interactions like that, because I'm just like, if it's just like something that's not gonna be like worth my while.
For sure.
And now it's cool. I get guarantees at shows.
Oh, dope.
Which is crazy.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about what guarantees are for those of us who don't know?
Yeah, a guarantee is basically just like you are guaranteed this amount of money. And it's also a thing where you're just like, you'll have a rider, which is like if you have
Put the rotisserie chicken in my green room.
Rider. Yeah, it's basically like, will they give you food during the show?
Yeah.
You can also do this thing called a buyout, or if you don't want to pay for, or if you don't want them taking like the money they use for the food, you can just actually pocket like $40.
Oh, love it.
Which I really like. So guarantees are really cool. And that means like you're not dealing with an amount of tickets. It's different if you're an opener. It's usually just like not a great guarantee, which is like, you take the show because it's a good opportunity and like a fun time, and you like the people that are playing. But yeah, it's like you'll get there. There's a lot of like at the beginning, a lot of like slop and emails that you have to like wade through.
Yeah.
And I just like, I hate doing it. So I would like get one of my guitarists to like book a house show. And those are just can we play this time? Can you put a bill together?
Yeah.
I used to put my own bills together in Boston. I used to not let the house show do that because I was like, fuck you, I want to play with who I want to play with.
I want to play with these other people.
These fools.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely interesting. And I also like, I'm seeing someone who like is basically an agent. So I have like this like knowledge about how like live shows and doing live shows works, that it's like demystified it a little bit. I'm like, oh, you get submitted for a tour.
Yeah.
It doesn't, I will say the Clarion tour was like an angel falling from the sky. They just asked us to do it.
Ugh, I love that.
Yeah, it like worked out great. But 9 times out of 10, it's like for a big tour, you're getting submitted and they're deciding between a bunch of artists.
Yeah.
And like, there's like steps to it basically. Yeah.
We were on the conversation about social media, and I'm curious if there's been any sort of comment or DM or a moment of fan interaction that genuinely stopped you in your tracks and kind of reminded you like, this is why I'm fucking doing this.
There's two. One is just really funny, and me and my friend Jess quote this all the time. There's one where this kid, I think Mason, commented under one of my videos. That was like the one where everyone was like, you're a slut, you're a whore.
Yeah.
Which,
crazy.
Which fine. Just like low-hanging fruit.
Right.
You don't know my body count. I'm not. I'm a loser. First of all. Second of all, it's like this kid who's like 13, Mason, he comments, your boobs aren't big, they're barely medium. Which I, for some reason, was like, this is the funniest thing I've ever had commented. Barely medium. And so we quote that all the time. Like, if we get a sandwich and it's like too small, we'll be like, that's barely medium. So yeah, we'll say that.
What a fucking weird thing to say.
So funny. And I was like,
from a 13-year-old.
Yeah, like kid. And then I think I was like, bro, you have a To Kill a Mockingbird essay due at 12:59
like, why
tonight.
are you here commenting on my fucking tits?
On my boobs. You're a child. So that was the funny one that I was just like, I think it's so funny.
Yeah, yeah.
The ones that I get that are kind of like, actually, this is a great thing to talk about. I get DMs all the time, and it's partially the thing where I'm like, this is why I do it.
Yeah.
But it's also partially like, you can't send this to a stranger. You cannot say this to a stranger. Is people, because of the song Bodies, will DM me really, really personal things. They will DM me really personal things about what happened to them or things, whatever. And I totally get it.
Yeah.
It feels like, maybe there's a parasocial relationship, or maybe it's like you're a stranger. So I feel like you're just not even going to see this, or like blah, blah, blah. So they'll give me like, like, for lack of a better term, like detailed things about what happened to them. And I'm like, dude, like, I'm someone random on the internet, and I really feel for you, and I really do understand you. But it's like, it's difficult
for sure
for me. and I'm sure for them. And I'm like, I'm so happy that you're connecting with this, but like, I'm like, I can't listen to like how you've been assaulted
Yeah.
like all the
That's
time.
a lot energetically.
Yeah, and I really feel for these people, obviously, because like I understand what they've gone through.
Yeah.
But you know, I usually am like, hey, thank you so much for relating. I posted like resources, and I'm like, the most important thing is like, if you feel the need to like, of course, you can come up to me and be like, this helped me a lot. I had a situation, not go into detail, great, and that happens at shows all the time. You know, it's just a lot of heavy things in the DMs that is like, yeah, this is why I'm doing it, but also it weighs heavy on me. So it's like, you know, instead of reaching out to me, there's people that care about you.
For sure.
So reach out to them. I have resources also posted in my thing. Reach out to like, you know, there's phone numbers you can call. There are therapists that would love to like unpack everything.
Absolutely.
And yeah, so that's like the heavy thing that like, you know, it's hard to be like, don't tell me about this, like it affects me.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be rude.
Of
I just
course.
don't want to be rude,
Of
and I
course.
like want to support people, but also it's difficult. It's difficult to get DMs like that.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. I feel like that's a lot to kind of have on your own plate when you're already dealing with everything else. And then I feel like if you were to kind of have a negative reaction, you never know how those
Yeah.
people can
And I,
react.
oh my god, I would never.
Yeah.
I would
of
never
course.
want to make someone feel uncomfortable for
Yeah.
sharing something really personal.
Of course.
But it's also like, it's literally like I'm a stranger. You have no, like, you don't know me.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
And I feel like that's one of the difficult parts about kind of being an artist and rising to the level that you're at right now, is that people start to create these ideas of you and these parasocial relationships with you.
Yeah.
And
I
that
did.
can
Oh
be
my god,
scary.
I did that with people
Yeah,
when I was.
I think everybody does it to some degree,
Yeah.
but it can be dangerous and obviously a lot of energy on your plate. So
Yeah, and I think too, like, you know, people come up to me at shows and be like, "This helped me a lot," and I'm like, "Thank you for being." Coy is not the right word, but thank you for being a little more mature about it.
yeah,
And thank you for like expressing your feelings about this without, you know, going into great detail and
Mhm.
blah blah blah. And it's like you're expressing that this meant a lot to you, and it's like we both know,
yeah,
we both understand that like this is what we're talking about. So yeah, maybe reread the DM.
let's read it twice before we hit send.
Read it twice.
Yeah.
But it all comes from, I know it comes from a place of love, so it's like I can't ever be mad about it.
Mhm.
I'm never mad about it. Yeah, it just weighs a lot.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm like that sucks.
I think it's definitely the trade-off that comes with writing very vulnerable music that
Yes.
people are going to relate to.
Mhm.
Is you're going to have people who want to get their feelings out the same way you are artistically, but
Totally.
to you personally. So
100%.
I think that you're navigating that well.
Yeah, they see someone that knows exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Or they're like, oh, you actually expressed exactly how I was feeling. So they're like, you understand.
Yeah.
And I get it. I totally get it. So
For those of you who might be struggling and also relating to Forrest music, there are plenty of resources out there to get
Yeah.
help. Go ahead and look at Forrest's page. She has plenty of resources to offer all of you too.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, not all my music is sad.
yeah, some of the music is just straight fucking
some of
sex.
it's nice.
So
Some of it's nice. Talk
So
to
tune
me.
in.
Talk to me about the fun sex song.
yeah, let's talk about how that made you feel sexually, how that made you feel intense and desired.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I feel like a lot of indie artists who might not have the level of fandom and the ability to go on tour are still sort of navigating the social media landscape.
Yeah.
And for those artists who feel like they're posting into the void with zero engagement,
Yeah.
what would you tell them about building that initial connection, and how do you foster relationships with viewers who actually care about your music?
Yeah. I think the one main thing that the point I want to get across, because I feel like a lot of people feel this, there's not something that I know that you don't know. There's not something that like someone handed me the key to the city and like I understand. I'm still a very, 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 very small artist. And I still feel in a place where I'm like, yes, I have these things, but it always looks way bigger on the outside,
Mhm.
essentially.
Yeah.
So I think, the main thing is knowing that like really everything is coming from you, and you're the person who's going to build up your brand or whatever the fuck, your music. Doesn't matter if you're doing music, anything. So everything's coming from you. I think my main thing was just being consistent, seeing what works, trying a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
And I think my other main thing is like when I see, and this is coming from a place of love, if I see an artist, they'll post something about their music, I'll be like, but why should I gaff? Like,
Right.
actually, like, why
Right.
should I care?
Yeah.
And that's not from a place of like, I don't care. It's from a place of, how can we make this into something that people will see it and be like, oh, I care about this thing,
Right.
or I want to know more about this, or I want to blah, blah, blah. And I think like, even I sometimes do a shitty job of it. Sometimes I'll do something where it's like, oh, this gave no one a reason to like care about what I'm doing. It's the typical thing that people say where it's like people don't want to be advertised to anymore. They don't. That's why like I feel the edits were doing well.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I want you to listen to the song because you like the things I like.
Right.
Because you're into the song because you heard it and you're like, oh, this is really cool. Or I like this movie, so maybe I should check out the song. So my way of being like, why should you give a shit about like this random song from a girl you've never heard of before?
Mm-hmm.
Is like, you love this movie. You like this movie. Oh, she also likes this. Oh, the lyrics are cool. Oh, I'm gonna go check it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, give them a reason that's not like because you like Two Hollis and this other artist. No one like people are just over being advertised to, and I'm overdoing it as well. I'm over advertising to people.
Period.
Yeah, do creative stuff. I think too. A lot of creative things are coming back into like you can like put hard work into a video, and I think just throw shit at a wall. It's like cooking pasta. Throw it at a wall until it's until it's. I have like a huge pasta analogy, but I'll cut it short. Throw shit at a wall until it sticks. Like
Right.
literally, that's what it is. I don't know what I'm doing. Nobody knows what they're doing. Like literally, nobody knows what they're doing.
Try everything, guys. Something is going to land.
Yeah, and just be consistent about it.
Yeah. I think consistency is key.
Mhm.
I want to transition into sort of your approach to finding members of your band.
Yeah.
I think that as a touring artist, it's so important to have on-stage chemistry.
Mhm.
And I think that also needs to translate to your fans and
Yeah.
to your audience.
Totally.
What was your approach to finding your band members, and what advice do you have for indie artists who want to start a band, want to
Yeah.
go on tour, want to start doing these shows? How do you navigate that?
It's hard to think about when you're first starting out, because when you're first starting out, you dream of like touring
Yeah.
and recording and
Of course.
doing all those things, but it's literally like a pipe dream. I don't know. Yeah, where it's like, yeah, we want to do this, but I don't. It's mystified.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
this
for
is like
sure.
a thing, whatever. Actually doing it is super different. Actually doing it. So like, I've had a bunch of great players come through, and I've been like, maybe you're not the right person for this. You're not the right person for this, and it's never personal.
Yeah.
It's never personal, and I'm a little ruthless when it comes to like that stuff.
As you should be, though. It's
yeah.
your music that you're putting out. It's
Exactly.
your
And I
work.
hate to say it, it's like my business too.
Exactly. Of course.
And it's a point now where it is. And so like I would say it's important to think about like what everyone. I'm not talking about like attractiveness. That's not what I'm saying. How everyone looks on stage.
Of course.
Like literally, like if you're an emo band, if your friend doesn't dress emo all the time and that's what you want, then make sure you find someone
Right.
that will do that, and it's not difficult for them to like do the aesthetic of the band that you want. It's also good to differentiate at the beginning if it is a solo project with players
Mm-hmm.
or if it is a band.
Yeah.
I tried to teeter the line. That doesn't work for me. I realized there's this type of creative control over the business aspect
Yes.
and creative aspect that I can't relinquish, and I know that about myself.
Mm-hmm.
So my band is a huge part of what I do and a huge part of my music, but they understand that like at the end of the day, I'm unfortunately the boss.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
Period.
Yeah, and that comes with like other responsibilities
Of
that they
course.
don't have to do. It's a bunch of little things. Thinking about a bunch of little things, preparing or setting yourself up for the future of your band if that's the direction you want to go. So finding players that match your aesthetic, finding players that listen to what you listen to
Mm-hmm.
or adjacent to what you listen to or understand kind of what you're doing. And those are things that I had to navigate while finding my own sound, trying out different people. And I'm still homies with people that have played in my band
Yeah.
who don't play with anymore. And it's really never personal. It's just like you're better built for something else.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a good way to look at it. When it comes to making music, how collaborative is that process with your band, and how much of it is, okay, this is just me, and how much is the contribution
Yeah.
coming from the band?
It depends what song it is.
Yeah.
For a long time, I write everything. This is like the thing that has stayed the same. I am writing every single song in a room of my house, or at one point a dorm, and then I bring it. Usually, I didn't do this for the past album. I did it for some songs. I'd write it, and then I would bring it to my band, and we'd kind of rehearse it.
Okay.
It used to be we would rehearse it and then go record as a band.
Okay.
Like literally, like do like 5 takes of it as a band, and then maybe punch in some stuff. But now what I find works for me, because making demos is an awful process, and it's really hard to get 5 or 6 people
Mm-hmm.
in the same room at one time, especially when everyone is an adult and has a life,
Yeah.
and I don't. So I'm free all the time. Now make a song, I demo it with my producer, then it's really my bass player and my drummer
Mhm.
that are the like all the time members
Yeah.
of my band. So I usually, for all the songs, will go and give my drummer the demo of what me and my producer have made. He'll record drums live, and then we'll have my bass player listen to some stuff, and he's either like, I don't want to record on this, it doesn't need it, or he'll be like, I want to record on this.
Yeah.
And then I think since my guitar players change out pretty often, I just have my producers, and #Aaron, my goat, is an amazing guitar player. So it's like me, I'll sometimes track guitar, but he mainly does that.
Okay,
So now
great.
it's like I'm with my producer, and then we're bringing in band.
Okay, cool.
It's becoming a little bit more electronic.
Yeah.
Instead of just band.
But I like that. I like that. I think
So-
you're gonna find a new audience that way, and it's like a lot more interesting and engaging to hear different sounds.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a little more texture, a
Yeah.
little more whatever.
Okay, so I want to close out by asking you if you have any last minute tips, advice, words of encouragement for indie artists, maybe specifically in the alt scene, who are trying to get themselves out there and perform shows and navigate social media. If you want to leave them with some last words of encouragement, what would you have to say to them?
If you're finding like a manager and an agent, a lot of people think that's your boss. You're employing them. You are making them money. Like, love my management, you know? If I don't make anything, they don't make any money.
Right.
If I don't, they only have what you make to work with, and it could stop when I say. It
Right.
could all be done. If I was like, I'm not doing this anymore, it's awesome. I'm the boss. I get to choose that.
Yeah.
I don't want to, but anyways, so that, remember, you're the boss. If you're making the music, bitch, it's all about you.
Period.
And then here's my pasta analogy. You're cooking pasta, and for the social media, you're cooking your pasta. Throw it at a wall until it sticks, and you'll find something that sticks. But then you're making this pasta, and say this is like showing your music to your friend. Show it to your friend, and they're like, wow, this pasta is like really good.
Yeah.
It's like really epic. Then they tell their friend about it, and then all of a sudden, you've made this awesome pasta that's made a bunch of people sit at your dinner table. And it really is about making really good pasta at the end of the day, if you know what I mean.
I love that analogy. I followed every single word of that. That's being cut
I'm
and
really
clipped and put on the
Italian.
TikTok. I love that. I think that's a great way to
just
explain it.
Ita-
Get
I'm
people
just-
at the dinner table.
I'm just an Italian girl.
Yeah. Guys, make your pasta and get people to come and try it,
Mhm.
because chances
people to
are,
come.
if you're making good pasta, people are going to want to eat it.
Mhm.
I'm fucking eating it.
They'll come. I'll come. You'll come.
We'll all come.
Mhm.
Well, thank you so much for
Thanks.
joining me on
I
the
love
podcast.
you, Adrian. This
I
is
love
so
you
fun.
too. I hope all of you guys learned something. I definitely did. For any of the alternative indie artists in this space, know that you have somebody to listen to with words of encouragement who has done a successful job at navigating this industry. And we look forward to seeing
Yeah.
what else is to come from Forest. Go stream,
Go stream.
go listen. Whore and Savior, Lay With Me.
Wait for the album, Swan
Album
Dive.
coming
I don't know
soon.
when it's coming.
And we wish you best of luck for
You
your next
too.
upcoming shows in Vegas.
I wish you luck. This is so fun.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to see who you have next. I'll see if I
Yes.
can throw you some people.
Yes, please do. If you have any recommendations, I would love that.
Hell yeah.
Well, thank you so much, and
Thank you.
best of fucking luck. Bye.